everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jacob Tiranno, and today is Monday, which is Movie News Day, a day where I talk about what's going on in the world of motion picture, as well as recap the box office. But before I get into that, I just want to quickly remind everyone, on Saturday, I made a video talking about the X-Files marathon that I'm doing now. So, to quickly recap, from the next 100 so days, I'm going to be watching the entire X-Files series in preparation for the X-Files revival, which starts on January 24th. If you want to know more about that, you could follow me on Twitter at Jacob Tiranno. That's JACOBTIRANNO, or you click the video right here. But today is now, and today we're going to be talking about the box office report. Number one this week at the box office report is The Martian, the new film starring Matt Damon about a botanist who is left on Mars and must figure out a way to stay alive. The film earned $55 million, and it is Matt Damon's second biggest opening before The Bourne Ultimatum, which earned $69.2 million. It is also the second biggest opening from director Ridley Scott, which he earned $58 million for Hannibal. Now, if you've not seen my review for The Martian, I would advise you to do that right here. The movie also earned $45 million internationally, bringing the film across the $100 million global opening line. In second, we have last week's top dog, Hotel Transylvania 2, which earned $33 million, bringing its 10-day total to $90.5 million, a very, very successful animated sequel. In third, we have Sicario, the film starring Emily Blunt, Benicio del Toro, and Josh Brolin, which expanded to wide releases this Friday and earned $12 million. If you've not seen my review for Sicario, I recommend by clicking this video right here. In fourth, we have Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway's film The Intern, which earned $11.6 million. And lastly, Maze Runner The Scorched Trials, which earned $7.6 million. If you guys remember, a little bit ago, I talked about a 1990 sci-fi thriller film called Flatliners, which starred Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, Oliver Platt, and just an all-star cast. And it was a Joel Schumacher film that would go on to talk about these medical students who find a way to pass on for a brief amount of time so they can see what it's like on the other side. I totally forgot that they wanted to remake Flatliners. I'm sure I talked about it on the YouTube channel or podcast before, but there's been so little talked about that when this news today came up, I was like, wait, what? What happened? But yes, Variety is currently reporting that they have found a lead for this remake, and that's Ellen Page. There's no word on which character she's going to play because there were so many characters, there wasn't really one specific. I mean, you could argue Kevin Bacon or Kiefer Sutherland. But there is no word on how the director of this project, who also directed The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and it's also coming from the screenplay. The screenplay is coming from Ben Ripley. We have no idea what direction they're going to take this movie, if we're going to eliminate the large amount of cast and just limit to smaller amounts, or where they're going to bring this movie, because most of us haven't heard much about it. So I'm interested in seeing what happened. I like Ellen Page. She doesn't bother me very much. It's such a nice thing to say. She doesn't bother me very much. No, I enjoy her the majority of the time. I mean, I can't say that there's been a movie with her in it that completely blows me away or that I constantly go to. She's not one of my favorites, but I think my love for this movie is more about the fact that it's a remake of a movie that I really, really enjoyed. So I'm interested to see where it goes from here. Just in case you've not seen the original film, please go check out Flatliners. This movie is so much fun. It is so great, and trust me, it's well worth the watch. I'm sure you could find it pretty cheap now. I know Joel Schumacher's name is usually on the bad end of things, but trust me, this is a great movie. It's great fun, and I'd recommend it before they remake it and you see a completely different version, though who knows how long it's going to be until then. Last and not least, I'm going to be talking about HBO's new show, Vinyl, and their trailer that was recently released. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. What would make a better television show? I don't think anything, and I think that's why this show is not too surprising. We've had a lot of shows about the music industry, such as Nashville, Empire, coming out lately. So it's no surprise that we are going to tell one about the 1970s rock and roll era, which is prime time in music. The only thing that excites me more than any of these another music show is that it's from producers Martin Scorsese and Mick Jagger. And they also collaborated with Terrence Winter, the screenwriter of Wolf of Wall Street and the creator of Boardwalk Empire. Though I've not fully watched that show, I've watched enough to know how great that show is, and I am a fan of Martin Scorsese and Mick Jagger. So to me, this is something that it would be really, really exciting. You have a masterful storyteller, you have two masterful storytellers, and you have a man who's kind of been there, seen it all. So you have someone to really kind of testify true life experiences. But I think that this whole story about the music revolution in the 1970s will be really, really fun to watch. Now, I remember hearing about it. I didn't really look much into it. I remember there was a little teaser some time ago this year, but this is the trailer, and the trailer looks really, really great. The new trailer seems like it's really boosting great performances from actor Bobby Cannavale, a tough word to kind of say, as the president of a fictional American Century recording label. It explores a time in New York where music is changing, and it is fueled by drugs and sex and possibly a lot of crime. I mean, to me though, it's really Bobby who really stood out in this trailer. It's his performance. I feel like this is a movie that's really going to allow him to shine. I've seen him in other things. I can't really place the movies that I'm really recognizing for right at this moment, but I know that he's very good, and when I do see him I usually enjoy him, and I'm really excited to see what he does and how he brings it to the show. Everything looks like it's going to line up. The trailer looks exciting. It's very short, but you could tell it has that Martin Scorsese touch on it. This show is set to premiere sometime 2016. Some people are saying January. There's no real set date yet, so I'm not going to go ahead and say January, but sometime 2016, and I know for one, I will be tuning in. HBO delivers amazing shows. I mean, they just started the new season of The Leftovers last night, and HBO has always given really, really quality television content, and I'm on board for this one especially. I know Louis Corzola, my co-host of the Chasing Cinema podcast, which airs every Sunday on iTunes or the YouTube channel, is going to absolutely love this show. I mean, he's a really big music aficionado. Anything that comes to music, he's really in. I mean, he's seen the Beatles, Paul McCartney. He's seen Ringo Starr. He's gone. He just loves music from that time. And Martin Scorsese has always been very, very involved in this kind of time of music as well. He's putting out documentaries on music. He's talked about Bob Dylan, and there's a lot of evidences, and he's been a big fan of all this. So I know he's gonna be all over it, but I'm excited as well, and I'm interested to see what this show brings. So that's going to be very interesting to see when it debuts. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch today's movie news recap. I want to know what you have to say about anything going on. How do you feel about the Vinyl trailer, or what do you think about Ellen Page starring in Flatliners? Let me know down here in the comment sections, where we actually can make this video not so much a one-sided conversation, but a dual conversation, create a dialogue about movies. That's my favorite part about doing these videos, so start a conversation down here below. Also, if you enjoyed what you saw, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know you're supportive. That was thunder. It's storming over here in Las Vegas, which is so rare, but I gotta be honest, that scared the hell out of me. The best way to make sure you never miss a video of our daily updates is to hit the subscribe button, guys. Don't let yourself miss out on any video that we do. Tomorrow is Tuesday, which means it's the top 5 list of whatever I may talk about. Tune in tomorrow as I talk about the top 5 reasons to, I don't know, you'll just have to find out what my top 5 list is tomorrow by tuning in. Again, the best way to do that is to hit that subscribe button right here. Go on, just click it. Click it, you won't miss a thing. Also, do not forget to check out those 2 reviews of Sicario, The Martian, and my video on the X-Files, which is all down here in the description box. Again, you can follow me on Twitter at Jacob Tiranno. All that information is down here below to follow my every single day 140 character reviews of every single episode of the X-Files until the revival. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. My name is Jacob Tiranno, and please continue chasing cinema. It looks like we're going to be getting some great performances from actor Bobby Cannavale. Bobby Cannavale. It looks like we're going to be getting some great performances from Bobby Cannavale. The show, the trailer to me really boosts some great performances from actor Bobby Cannavale. That's a tough word to say, Cannavale. The television show looks like it was going to really boost some great performances from Bobby Cannavale. Bobby Cannavale. Cannavale. Cannavale? Cannavale?